Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. Today I'm going to do something real special, something near and dear to my heart. The garbage plate made with Zweigles White Hots from Rochester, New York. If you're not familiar with a garbage plate, I'm going to introduce you to it. If you are, this may not be a total classic. It might be not totally the same as Nick Tahos in Rochester, but it's going to be my take on it. Very close. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Okay guys, upstate New York is not really known as a food mecca, but you know, it does have some regional classics up there that you really won't find in a lot of places, and they kind of stay up in that area. One of them being the Cornell chicken, which is kind of a very simple marinade, used egg and apple cider vinegar, and very similar to what Alabama style white barbecue sauce is. But that's a regional favorite up there. But Zweigles White Hots is also from the Rochester area, and they've been around. I grew up eating these, and I really prefer these. They're more like a bratwurst than a real hot dog. They're called White Hots because they're white. They're made with a mixture of pork, veal, and beef, but mostly pork, and they're in a natural casing. That's why these are called pop opens. And they make them skinless as well, but the ones I grew up with and the ones everybody's familiar with, they have these White Hots and Red Hots. The Red Hots are cured. These are not cured. That's why they're not really pink. And they have the natural pork casing on here. So they have the hog casing on here, which makes them snap, and these actually pop open when you cook them. But one of the other food things that Rochester is known for is the garbage plate. And the original one included hots, either red or white. I'm going to use White Hots today. And what they did, there's a restaurant called Nick Tahos in Rochester, owned by a Greek family. Still there today. I think the grandson still runs it. And you'll find a lot of different variations throughout the city of Rochester with people who have copycatted or put their own spin on these. But the original one was just hot dogs, like a couple hot dogs and home fries. And it was just called Hots and Taters. So, and it kind of expanded from there. People would order that and they'd say, hey, could you throw some the hot chili sauce on there? Or could you throw some potato salad on there? And what it ended up being is it kind of blossomed into what they call a garbage plate. And we're going to get into what a garbage plate is in a minute. I'm going to show you actually when I'm making it. But it's pretty much, if you ever been to a potluck or a picnic and you go around and you got all different kinds of foods that people have brought, you take your one paper plate and you just dab a little bit of everything on your plate. That's kind of what a garbage plate is. And it's all kind of mixed together and thrown on a plate. There's versions of, usually the main versions are with hot dogs or the hots or cheeseburger patties thrown on top. They all usually include macaroni salad, which we're going to do. Some of them, sometimes you can have baked beans on it. They give you options of what you can actually have included. The home fries are always on it, and the potato or the macaroni salad. The cheeseburgers you can do instead of hots, or you can do it one patty and a hot, or two different kinds of hots. So there's really combinations of everything you can do. The Rochester hot sauce, they call it, is more like a meat-based, no-bean chili thing that you can put on it. And I've actually made some of that, and I'm going to show you how I made it in a minute. But we're going to cook these up on the flat top today, and I'm going to show you how we're going to put these all together. This is going to be my little spin, but most of it's going to be pretty much true to form. Like I said, you can go to different places in Rochester, different restaurants, and they have their own little takes and spins. Even at Nick Tahos, you can put fried fish on it. You can put ham. But the original, like I said, was with hots and taters, and that's kind of what we're going to do today, a variation of that. So I'll be right back when I'm getting this stuff fired up and put on there. I'm going to show you how we're going to put it together. All right, guys, so I got my White Hots out of the package. They're ready to go. And like I said, they look more like a bratwurst, and they're white because they're not cured, but they mostly pork. They got veal and beef in there, and they got the natural casing on there. just like your old-fashioned hot dogs, okay? Now, I'm making the Rochester hot sauce. It's not really homemade, so you can make it. You can find, you can Google it on YouTube and find how to make it homemade with all the spices and stuff. But I found it easier to get some of this Castleberry's hot dog chili sauce. There's no meat in this. It's got a lot of other ingredients that are pretty similar to what comes in the Rochester hot sauce. So what I normally do is I'll take about 2 pounds of ground beef and 2 cans of this and about a half a cup of water, and I'll brown up the ground beef, drain all the fat off as much as I can, put 2 cans of this in there with about a half a cup of water, stir it up, add a couple teaspoons of maybe some Frank's Red Hot sauce. That's kind of what they use up in the Rochester area, but it's real easy to make, so you don't have to, you know, make your own recipe from scratch. Throw a couple cans of this in some ground beef and half a cup of water and some Frank's, and you got a nice beef hot sauce is what they call it. It's more like a chili, but they won't call it that up in Rochester. So I got my Camp Chef flat top heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and get these on. We're gonna get our onions on, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, my flat top is heated up just fine. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil down here. I'm gonna put my onions over on this side. And we're not gonna cook these down too much, just enough to get some color to them. And I'm gonna put my hot dogs on, or my Zweigles. I used to give people crap for calling these hot dogs because, like I said, when we grew up, these were called hots. They really weren't called hot dogs. They're hots. You got Texas hot and white hot. So normally what they do at Nick Tahos and a lot of the other places in Rochester is they'll actually split these down the middle and kind of cook them that way. I'm not going to do that today, because what I'm going to do is when I get them cooked up and heated up there, I'm going to cut them into smaller bite-sized pieces so that they're easier to maneuver on the plate. I don't want to have to cut into them while on the plate, and it's just more of a pain for me than anything. So, well guys, I forgot one of the main ingredients to a garbage plate. So I shut these burners off over here and fire these up as hot as it can go. I forgot the home fries. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my home fries down over here. There's so many ingredients and different variations of a garbage plate that you'll find that I forgot. One of the things that is a staple though is the potatoes. These shouldn't take very long to cook, and usually, like I said, they'll use just regular, like these pre-made frozen potatoes. Usually they deep fry them, but I'm just going to go ahead and cook them up here on the flat top, and hopefully they'll be close enough. I'll put a little bit of salt and pepper on there as well. All right, hopefully these will cook up fairly quick. All right guys, I'll be back. All right guys, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a close-up here so I can show you how to put this garbage plate together. So I got all my ingredients laid out here just so you can see them. I got my home fries, I got my Zweigles here, I cut them up into smaller bite-sized pieces, cold baked beans, cold macaroni salad, I got grilled onions, and I got my Rochester hot sauce or meat sauce or whatever you want to call it. It's, like I said, it's more like a meat chili without any beans. It's kind of spicy. So this is going to go right on top of everything here. Also, usually they put mustard on it. I guess you could put ketchup on it if you wanted to, but the way it's normally served is with mustard. Usually some kind of spicy mustard like this, like Golden's or somebody else, some other kind of deli mustard. So I'm going to show you pretty much how they slap these together. So usually they deep fry the home fries. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a splotch on here. I know this is not keto friendly, just so you know. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the macaroni salad. They usually give you a big heaping helping of the macaroni salad. So I'm going to do that. And then if you requested the cold baked beans, they'll slather some baked beans here, right here, to take up some more space. Then they'll put your meat on there, your protein. So in this case, the white hot Zweigles. Lost one. And then throw your meat sauce right on top of that. Try to get most of that on the potatoes. And then you can take your fried onions and just kind of drizzle them on top. And there you have it, guys. There is a Rochester type garbage plate. I did not finish this up, so I'm glad I went to get a picture, because I didn't put my mustard on here. And that's what you do. You take your mustard and just kind of drizzle it all over the top, just like that. And there you go. That is your garbage plate. Unbelievable. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of this. That's a heavy load of food too. Make sure you check out, you can search for other garbage plates on YouTube and you'll see all different kinds of varieties. But you try to get a little bit of the macaroni salad, the beans, and the sausage, and a little bit of potatoes all in one bite. A little bit of the mustard. Wow. That's a garbage plate, guys. Brings back memories. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Follow us on the Fire and Water Cooking Podcast. I'll see you again on the next Fire and Water Cooking video.